All right, so I thought I would share my recent experience with my backyard flock for anyone else who may run into this situation. A few days ago, I posted a video about I'd had a sickness, I think it was coccidia, and I did a bunch of research and I treated it with organic apple cider vinegar, and everyone had recovered, including the worst of my hens. Now, since then, I've had a couple of aftershocks, after effects. One is my egg production, which that's understandable, and that'll come back once everyone gets back into sorts and stuff. But I've also had a shakeup in my the politics of my flock. In that video, I mentioned that one of the hens was the boss. So I have a rooster. I have he's a blue red laced Wyandotte, and I have a matching hen, and then I have 4 Rhode Island Reds. The Wyandotte hen was the boss, and this is her now. I had to isolate her because everyone hates her now. Apparently in the aftermath of the sickness or whatever, there was a change in the pecking order, and she went from the top to the bottom, and I mean to the point everyone was taking shots at her, including the rooster. I discovered this Friday night that everyone was pecking at her, and she was staying up in the loft, and when she'd come out, things got bad. So they weren't up there beating her up or anything, so I just left it alone. And then Saturday morning, which is yesterday, I went ahead and fed and watered and set with them. She came down, and everyone had a go at her. I mean, and the rooster was flat out charging her, to the point that she was hiding behind me. And this is the bird that is like the most, like, don't touch me. She stays out of my reach. So she's not wounded, because that's the bad thing, is if a cooped up bunch of chickens, they have a wounded one, they'll keep hammering away at that wound until they kill the bird. So they've got enough room. She was able to get away, but she wasn't getting any food or water because she was holding up in the top. And it's hot, it's summer, so we're talking 80s, 90s, and it might even get up. So now, they will naturally do that. Like a rooster will run a hen off if they're sick or something, or maybe broody because they start acting kind of funny, out of character. But there's nothing wrong with this hen. Just everyone doesn't like her. I started doing my research. I got online, called the hatchery again, Cackle Hatchery out of Lebanon, Missouri. I highly recommend them. It's where everyone gets their local birds. So if you're stumped, call them. They're very helpful. I called up. They said, I have a question, I have a problem. They're like, well, what's your problem? And they just, okay, yeah, it's pecking order. If she's not sick, there's been an upset in their pecking order, and they just don't like her anymore. So isolate her, make sure she's not sick, and after about a week, reintegrate her. That'll give her a chance to reset her, because right now she's really nervous because everyone was pecking her, which that just adds fuel to the fire. You get a twitchy, paranoid chicken, and everyone will attack her. And I've had plenty of experience with that. I'm 39, and I've had chicken since I was 5. So I've seen a lot, several generations of birds over the years. I mean, I've even had emus at one point. I've been around, but I'm not an expert by any means. So I never had this happen, so it stumped me. So definitely do your research. But they said that after she calms down, they kind of get into a new routine. Being sick interrupted their routine. Try reintegrating her at night. So, like, say Saturday night, I'll slip her back in the coop and then see how everyone does Sunday morning, and we'll see if they accept her back. So I'll do a follow-up video with that, but if they don't take her back, I'm going to have to rehome her probably, because it won't do any good to get rid of the rooster or any of the other hens. She's the problem. So, and I don't know why. It's, that's their it's their group, their politics. So, but anyways, I'll do a follow-up and I'll let people know how it goes. But I just wanted to put this out there for anyone else who has a bird that randomly starts getting picked on. There's probably a reason, and it may be, you know, sickness, or it may be that something's happened, and you've got queen to outcast kind of thing. So, anyways, I'll keep an eye on things, and I will do an update.